So using a external pair of eyes to bring in some fresh information could help.
And bringing the fresh eyes to the project is something that I have done, and I've done through a particular activity called a pre-mortem.
Yeah.
We all know what a post-mortem is. It's gone to case study, hindsight. This is we can all do post-mortems. But pre-mortems is where, you take the risk register, you take the 3 top risks or the 3 highest risks, and then you put you look at the consequences of those. And then in the workshop, you start with, this is the newspaper's headline, consequence realized, and then you ask, how did that happen?
Yeah.
And then you start thinking about it from a negative point, not from a negative point of view, but from a constructive, active, what was the pathway that achieved that outcome? That is the pathway you just avoid. It's like it's identifying what not to do in a project together. And sometimes people I've seen are going, we're about to do that. And we're like, well, now that you've identified the pathway that happens to this outcome, how do we avoid that pathway? And it's like, we just take a little left here and then we're on a completely different pathway, but we're avoiding that risk and mitigating in an appropriate way. And that was one of the activities that I've seen as a pre-mortem. And that is an active, interesting conversation, especially when you take that perspective of, we all failed. This is the headline of the newspaper. How did we get here? And then start using that in the workshop. People are like, no, we only talk about success here. And I'm like, well, no, we're in an abstract environment. We need to kind of start thinking, how do these negative outcomes still occur? Project cancelled because the funding was never secured, or project cancelled because it got too expensive. We're going through that in a couple of projects at the moment called Inland Rail and a few other things on the other side of Australia. So that, these environments do happen. So a pre-mortem, understanding where it could go wrong, is something that I actively kind of encourage as well.